All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Right on Target podcast. As always, I am your host. I'm Justin. Normally we have Mike. He is not here today due to the crazy weather, the rain, and the floods and all that stuff. So if this is your first time to the podcast, welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. We're going to see how I do. It is my first time doing this by myself. So, y'all just bear with me. And if you guys are returning, thank you so much for coming back. And once again, let's see how this goes. We're in this together. It's a whole new thing. Now, if you are familiar, we talk about the NBA, the NFL, music, everything that's going on in the culture, all that good stuff, anything that's relevant. Today, we're going to be talking about a lot of NFL stuff's going on, with the tags and all that, and players getting released before the new calendar year and all that good stuff. So we're going to start there. We're going to talk about the NBA, kind of go around, see what's happening, like standings-wise and all that good stuff. Got a couple topics there. And then in music, we're going to run back a conversation me and Mike had yesterday just to follow up on that, and we'll see where that goes, man. But first, as always, I got to check in on my guy, man. I'm going to give Mike a call and see how he's doing over there. So bear with me for just a second. He may or may not answer the phone, but
Hello?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Hey, you on the podcast. Say what's up.
Oh, you gotta do like,
I'm checking in on my guy, man.
I'm good, man. I'm in the dark right now.
Yeah,
But I'm good.
that's good, man.
I'm hungry. We didn't get to cook before the power went out, but I'm good, man. How
Man,
you feeling up there?
I'm feeling good, man. First time doing this by myself, but rocking and rolling, bro.
I know you're killing it, man.
Appreciate it,
Like
man.
we've always talked about this maybe happening, not because of this, but about you being able to hold it down. And I know you got it, bro. I know you got it.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I know you'd be here if you could, but I just wanted to include you in the show and make sure all is good.
I appreciate it. I look forward to listening to the podcast, like as a fan. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. But yeah, man, go ahead and kill it, man.
All right, man. Well, we'll talk to you next week. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Y'all enjoy. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to sign off.
All right,
Yeah.
man. We'll talk to you later.
All
Bye.
right.
So yeah, like Michael said, man, he's got power outages going on over there and just crazy rain. I barely made it in myself. It rained on me like crazy the entire way in. So normally Michael asks how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty good. I can't really complain, just working and stuff. I got a play coming up this weekend. I'm going to go see my brother-in-law's kids or one of their kids is performing in a play, so we're excited about that. Going to check that out. I'm trying to think what I did this past weekend, man. Hung out with my family. What did I do on Saturday, bro? Oh, I know I did something, but I can't. Oh, I went and played bingo. Went to bingo, went way out in Maybank, man. That's like an hour away from where I live. We were invited to do that. So, which one thing about me, like bingo is cool. Listen, I used to be like bingo is for old people, but really like bingo is cool. Like I enjoy doing it. Didn't win. Haven't won any time really that I've been. So that's unfortunate. But other than that, it's a good time, especially with the company that we go or with the people that we go with. So always good company, man. But listen, I know you guys aren't here to listen to what I have going on in my life. You're here to talk and listen about me and Michael, normally, talking about sports, man. So we're going to jump right into it. I got some good topics for you guys. Like I said, the show must go on. I miss Michael, obviously. Like, we've been doing this for so long together, being this is the first solo episode, man. I know he's got a little bit of FOMO, which I'll have here in a couple months when I have my baby and I take a couple weeks off, man. But anyway, no more dilly-dally, no more delay, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into the NFL news that we've got going on. We're going to start over in Houston, just, down the highway from here, man. They have made a huge trade, or, I don't know if you want to say a huge trade, but a pretty big trade, man, for David Montgomery, former running back for the Lions. He is leaving. Jamar Gibbs. And man, you're breaking up Sonic and Knuckles, man. That's really that's really crazy to do that. But the Texans needed a running back. I think really what happened is something happened between the Lions and Montgomery. Maybe their relationship just wasn't as strong as we all hoped for. But man, the Texans get a physical running style and proven production that could immediately help their ground game. Which, especially with C.J. Stroud, if we don't know how he's going to be next year. They still made the playoffs, but he had a pretty rough season this past season, man. So we'll see. We'll see how much that helps. If I don't want to say if any, because it will help. Having a good run game will help your offense. We always bring up the Cowboys here, man, but the Cowboys always killing it. Not always killing it. Finally killing it with their run game now. That kind of helped Dak out this past season. Obviously, the defense didn't help Dak out, as we all saw. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Cowboys, man. But we will see. It'll be interesting to see. Let me check, because I know that the Texans have a running back already. I'm blanking on the name, so just give me a second. Texans running back. All right. Well, I'm going to keep talking as I do this. I don't want to leave any blank space, man. Oh, they got Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. Are they about to be? Are they about? I wonder if they're about to. One of them are free agents or something, because that's kind of crazy. Let's see, man. Oh, yeah. So going back on it, apparently Montgomery was unhappy with a diminished role this past season, with Gibbs, being the clear top back, which, that's what you drafted him for. He only had 158 rush attempts, which is the fewest of his career in down. He only had 158. Did I say that? 158 rush attempts in 2024. He had 185, and in 2023 he had 219. So yeah, definitely quite a drop there. I'm trying to see. They're saying he's going to be teaming up with running back Woody Marks. This is on The Athletic. Who's coming off his productive rookie season. He had 911 yards from scrimmage and 5 touchdowns. He still has 3 years on his deal. I guess. It doesn't say anything about, Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon, and who knows what happens with those guys. But it will be interesting to see David Montgomery, because he will probably be the starting running back. But you just never know, especially if Woody Marks is looking like he could be a pretty successful back. So we'll see how the Texans end up doing. That's another team they're interesting, because even though they had a difficult season to start out, they ended up in the playoffs and then, of course, got embarrassed. But you never know, man. We'll see what happens with C.J. Stroud and company moving forward. Now, going to a huge trade that just happened today, which is Wednesday. We drop on Fridays. So this just happened, man. The Los Angeles Rams did acquire cornerback Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Kansas City, man, they got a lot of draft picks. They got 4 draft picks plus number 29 overall in this upcoming draft, which is crazy. Which is once again signaling that Los Angeles is not playing around, and they want to upgrade their secondary. They got really close to getting to the Super Bowl this year. The last time they did something like this, they did win a Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Trent McDuffie, he is a star corner, man. So we'll see how that does with their defense and amp it up for sure. Moving on, the next 2 topics I'm probably going to talk about quite a bit, just because it is kind of crazy, and they have options of where they can go. So the New England Patriots are expected to release wide receiver Stefon Diggs after only 1 season with the team. Now, Diggs did have a pretty successful season, I feel like, with them. Give me just a second. Stefon Diggs. 2025 stats. Here we go. Loading. Bro, just give me the stats, bro. All right. on to NFL.com. Let's see if it will hurry up. Okay, here we go. So, I really don't need per week, man. I just need per season. Okay, so he played all 17 games. Started, obviously. He had 85 receptions, 1,013 yards. His longest was 34. He only had 4 touchdowns, but, that's not too bad, man. How old is Stefon Diggs? Info. Listen, Stefon Diggs is 32 years old. Okay, so he's probably going to go – he might go the same route as Tyreek Hill and try to go to a contender. I feel like Stefon Diggs is going to be one of those guys. I don't know if I was talking about Diggs last week when I said this about OBJ or who I was talking. Maybe Tyreek. I was talking about Tyreek Hill. Well, I feel like they're all kind of like a little bit like OBJ at this point. They were really good players, throughout their career, but now they're just not quite as there. They're injury prone. We'll see what Stefon Diggs does now. He's having a tough time personally, with the whole Cardi B situation and now being released by the Patriots. So we'll really see. There's a lot of teams who kind of need that wide receiver. He's not really going to be your wide receiver 1. I'm not even sure he's going to be really your wide receiver 2. I mean, he could be. You're probably looking at this. I'm going to say the same situation like we talked about with Tyreek Hill, how he is going to probably be that third player, maybe on a Super Bowl team. He could go really. He has a lot of places he could go, man. Now that it's in his control, let's see where he's linked to, if anywhere. Okay, it looks like, CBS Sports gives a little bit of some options here. The Washington Commanders. Okay, that would be great because Deebo Samuel is a free agent coming up. Obviously there's Terry McLaurin, there's Luke McCaffrey who's been showing up. So that could be decent. We always hate getting players like that in our own division with the Cowboys, but Commanders might be a good fit for him. There's the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson always needs help at wide receiver. Same thing goes with Tyreek Hill. Same thing if OBJ wanted to come back, except for Jackson Dart. This is completely off topic, but Jackson Dart is trying to recruit OBJ on over to the Giants. So could we see a reunion over there? Who knows? We'll see. I mean, obviously OBJ is not that player. I mean, he is a Super Bowl winner. He's just not that guy anymore. Injuries, unfortunately, have riddled his career. But other than that, man, who knows? Maybe that's a storybook ending, I guess, for OBJ. The 49ers, they're saying that Stefon Diggs could go to the Steelers, the Titans. So, I mean, either one of those teams are really good. Personally, just like I'm pretty sure we said with Tyreek Hill, Baltimore would be really good. You get Zay Flowers, you got DeAndre Hopkins and Tylan Wallace. DeAndre Hopkins and Tylan Wallace are actually about to be free agents, so who knows if they get re-signed or not. You bring in Stefon Diggs to go with Zay Flowers, or maybe you bring in both Stefon Diggs and Tyreek Hill. Who knows? Baltimore needs to cook up something, though. They might go for a wide receiver in the draft. It's just crazy. You just never know at this point in time. We can only really speculate. I mean, with the Steelers, really, they only have DK Metcalf as your star player, so the Steelers would be an option, but you still don't know what Rodgers is going to do. You don't know who their starting quarterback is going to be next year, so you just really don't know. You kind of need to get that quarterback situation figured out first. Otherwise, who knows? Oh, but yeah, man, really. And I mean, Tennessee, obviously, Cam Ward, he needs some help. He needed some help. He had a challenging rookie season. I know that they're interested in a running back with their top pick in the draft. I can't think of Love is his last name. So we'll see how they go there. They might not be looking to draft a wide receiver in like the first or second round. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I feel like either one of those teams, Stefon Diggs could jump up to and do really well, man. So we will see what happens with Stefon Diggs. Obviously, he had a pretty decent run. Got into the Super Bowl once again. Missed out. I know he is really wanting that Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens, man. Should be interesting to see. Now, speaking of another player who got released. This time we're going at quarterback, and we did talk about him last week. So if you didn't check out that episode, go ahead and check that out, man. We talked about KYLER Murray and where he could end up at this season because it looks like they wanted to move on from him. Excuse me. He has been released from the Arizona Cardinals, the former number 1 overall pick. What draft was that? My iPad's kind of glitching here, so let me pull out my phone. This is why I have 2 devices to look stuff up, man. KYLER Murray. When were you drafted, my guy? He has a sibling named Precious. That's crazy. I'm still looking. Almost there, man. Oh, 2019, which if you don't remember, in 2019, he got drafted not only as the first overall pick in the NFL, but the number 9th overall pick to the Oakland Athletics in the MLB, which is crazy. Obviously, he went on to play football, which who knows if that was the right call for him. Now, the thing with KYLER Murray is you go from a guy who was offensive rookie of the year, his rookie year. He's been to 2 Pro Bowls, hasn't seen much success in Arizona. Obviously, the last couple seasons have been really tough on him. So really, you don't know what you're getting at quarterback. Do we think he's still a quarterback 1? Who knows? I feel like he has potential if he gets with the right coaching staff. There are some teams that he could end up on that are quarterback hungry. Obviously, you got the New York Jets. Have no idea what they're going to do. Justin Fields did not do at all what he was supposed to. So you bring in KYLER Murray to kind of bring in that quarterback competition. So because you don't know who's going to start. I mean, the Jets were terrible. The Jets are just terrible. But that's a whole nother situation there. So if you wanted some healthy competition, there you go. Also, some healthy competition with a team that's interested in KYLER Murray is the Minnesota Vikings. Now, with J.J. McCarthy coming back, he didn't really have the best of seasons, obviously, in his rookie season last year with the Vikings moving on from Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold now a Super Bowl champion, which is wild. But that's another competition because you still don't know what you have in J.J. McCarthy. However, you drafted him to be your guy. So you don't want to give up on him yet, but if you bring in some strong backup quarterback or bring in another quarterback who could give him a run for his money, you're never going to go wrong there. It's good to have 2 decent quarterbacks there. So another team is the Falcons, which, once again, they moved on from Kirk Cousins, obviously, which I don't remember if we talked about that or not. I think we did. Yeah, Kirk Cousins did get released from the Falcons, so who knows where he'll end up. But the Falcons, that's another interesting one. I like that one a lot because you got Kevin Stefanski, who's coming in as a new head coach. You got your offensive weapons in Bijan Robinson and in Kyle Pitts, if they keep Kyle Pitts, and Drake London, of course. So you have a really nice offense. You got Michael Penix Jr., who showed he could be a good quarterback, but also injury prone. You got KYLER Murray, who once again could create some competition, and he could eventually start. And maybe Kevin Stefanski's coaching style will be the right move for him. Me personally, out of all of these, that would be my favorite for him. And I don't really feel like he would. Like, if you go to the Jets, unfortunately right now with the Jets, it's been this way forever, in my lifetime. If you go to the Jets, man, it's like going to the Browns. It's like your quarterback career is like, you're just not going to do good, man. So maybe KYLER Murray could be the one to turn it around. Who knows? You also have the Steelers who are interested. Now, like I had mentioned before, you don't know what Rodgers is doing. He's supposedly going to have an answer here pretty soon, maybe this month. Who knows if he's going to retire or not? at this point, Rodgers always drags it out if he's not going to retire. So he's probably not. However, once again, you bring Kyler Murray in. Say Rodgers does retire. Kyler Murray is likely your starting quarterback. Because who else do you have? Do they still have Mason Rudolph? Steelers quarterback depth chart. Now it's kind of crazy because normally I could have Mike look this up or whatever, but it's me. It's going well, man. So they got Mason Rudolph and third string Will Howard. Now that is not a great back, a great room. Mason Randolph. I think Rudolph. Yeah, Mason Rudolph, who obviously is who he is with the whole Myles Garrett situation. As a backup quarterback, he's not great, so you really don't want to go that route. I mean, he's not horrible. He can fill in a couple games, but really you don't want that. Bringing Kyler Murray, that could be good. Obviously, if Aaron Rodgers is done, Kyler Murray could be good. They got a new head coach with Mike McCarthy. I don't really know that Mike McCarthy is the guy because you have a running quarterback kind of in Kyler Murray, and he didn't really do that much with Dak. And maybe that was, who knows? Whoever made the offensive play calls there. So maybe that's not a great move, but who knows? And then lastly on the list, who's a team to watch out for, which could help revitalize his career, man, is the Los Angeles Rams. Obviously, you are not starting. So that is you're going to be a straight-up backup role. And with that, you get to learn from Matthew Stafford. If Stafford somehow comes in and gets hurt, you go in and prove yourself. It happened with Baker Mayfield. Really just Baker Mayfield right now that I could think of. At least going to the Rams. He didn't have Matthew Stafford, I don't believe. I think he had Jared Goff when Baker Mayfield, Rams. Oh my gosh, I just realized Baker Mayfield and I have the same birthday. That's crazy, man. April 14th. Let's go. 1995. We're the same age. That's crazy. Just a little information about myself. Obviously, I just gave out my birthday. That's wild, man. Shout out Baker Mayfield, man. That makes me like the guy a little bit more. Oh, yeah, 2022. Yeah. Because when did the Rams win their Super Bowl, man? Come on. I'm looking, man. I'm looking. League championships, they got 4. Super Bowl 2021, which... Oh, yeah, so he did play with Stafford. I forgot that Stafford has been there for so long. He's really been there that long? That's crazy. So, yeah, he did play with Stafford. But anyway, back to my point being with all of this is that if you want to go sit behind Matthew Stafford and kind of learn from that and grow and get your confidence back, man, that could be a route. And maybe you don't start this next season, but you start the season after that. I mean, Kyler Murray's 28. He's still got time. Look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, just speaking of Baker Mayfield, was drafted in that class, just won a Super Bowl. So you just never know which route. Sometimes it's better to take that year, learn, be in that organization, learn from Sean McVay, learn the play styles and all that. And once again, Matthew Stafford, who knows how many years he has left? So Kyler Murray could take that spot eventually. It's just going to be really interesting to see. I don't really know how I feel about Kyler Murray. And the legitimacy of quarterback one. I am going to look up his stats though. Career stats, because I am curious about just how good he was overall. Why do you need to verify me, bro? Okay, so in his career, he's played 87 games. That does not feel like that much. He's thrown for 20,460 yards and 121. I guess 87 makes sense. 121 touchdowns. But you know me, man. I like to see how many interceptions did he throw though? I like to know that kind of stuff. Regular season. Come on, man. air yards. I don't want air yards. I want picks. Give me picks, man. Okay, here we go. Interceptions. 60 interceptions. I mean, his touchdown to interception rate is not really, I mean, that's pretty good. 121 touchdowns, only 60 turnovers. You know, that's pretty good, man. So, once again, the Falcons would be the most intriguing. If I'm Kyler Murray, that's the route that I would probably take. However, with the Rams options, like I talked about, that really seems like a pretty good route to go. So you just never really know what's going to happen. Same with Tua. I know I didn't talk about Tua. Tua is an interesting option because he's also been in contact with the Jets and stuff because you know he's not staying in Miami. So, and I think we talked about this last week with when Mike was here about for Kyler to go to Miami, but that's kind of like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the same player, except for Kyler probably has less CTE than Tua does, man. All right, I'm going to do some in or outs, and then we're going to wrap up the NFL section and move on to the NBA. In or out, man. The Texans become a serious AFC playoff threat after trading for David Montgomery. I mean, I feel like they already have been. You know, like I said, it's going to really determine on CJ Stroud, but I'm going to go in on that because I like DeMarco Ryans. I have to look his up. I don't want to butcher his name. DeMeco Ryans. Yeah, DeMeco Ryans. Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. With DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud, their defense is great. I really feel like adding that running back is really going to help elevate CJ Stroud. So yeah, man, why not? You know, I like that. Let's see how well they can do in the AFC, man. I'm going in. The Rams secondary becomes a top 10 unit after acquiring Trent McDuffie. I'm pretty sure it already was. So adding Trent McDuffie in there is definitely just going to make it even better. Star corners are where you need to go. So in. Stefon Diggs still has multiple Pro Bowl level seasons left wherever he signs next. I wouldn't say multiple. I mean, I don't even know if I would even say Pro Bowl. But once again, the legitimacy of that. But I'm going to be out on that. I mean, depending on where he goes, he's not going to be a wide receiver 1, maybe not even a wide receiver 2. So you're really not going to get that much. He might surprise us, but I'm out on that one, man. And then the Cardinals releasing Kyler Murray means they are drafting a quarterback in the first round. I would be surprised if they didn't. Unless they want to go and get Kirk Cousins. You could go pick up Kirk Cousins, man. You could go if you really wanted Tua, but like I said, back and forth. same player, more CTE though. But yeah, I mean, you kind of feel like they're moving on, so they're going to go towards the future, or they're going to sign a veteran quarterback. Who knows? Maybe even Derek Carr, like we talked about him coming out of retirement. Who knows, man? But really, that's about it. I'm going to wrap up there in the NFL. I'm going to dribble on over to the hoops corner. Talk a little hoops. Not a whole lot to talk about. There's not really any big news. This is just me kind of like running over just like how teams are doing. You know, you got the OKC Thunder. They've taken control of the Western Conference pretty greatly. You know, they're really good. I had the stats right here, man. Here we go. Okay, guys. So in the West, like I said, you got OKC. Now they've been on top for a while. They're 48-15, and the Spurs are 41-18. So 48-15, yeah, 48-15, 41-18. Okay. And then you got the Nuggets in 3 at 39-20, the Timberwolves at 38-21, the Lakers, shout out Mike, 37-24, and the Rockets at 6 with 36-25. Then to kind of wrap up the play-ins, you got the Suns, the Warriors, the Clippers, and the Trailblazers. And outside of the play-ins, you got the Memphis Grizzlies and my Dallas Mavericks. So obviously, SGA is playing at an MVP level again, and the young roster, it's all all going together. Like they really could go back to back. If I'm being honest, like that's how well they're playing. However, you got the San Antonio Spurs who are sitting behind them now. They're 7 wins back, so a little bit different, but they're sitting near the top, man. And Wemby is a beast. They went from a rebuilding team to one of the top teams in the West. So, and they're a threat. I mean, that team is looking good. They're gelling. They're gelling just like they're supposed to. So who knows, man? That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch in the playoffs if it gets to the OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Then now over in the East, it's not quite that easy. It is more of a tight race. It's a tight race in the West and like the 3, 4, 5, and 6 and all that. But you got the Celtics who are still on. I'm so sorry. The Celtics are in second place at 41-20. You got the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, and the Detroit Pistons who are 45-15 as of now. They're on top of the East. The Knicks are in third, 40-22. You got the Cavaliers in fourth, 39-24. Who they're saying that LeBron, that's where LeBron's going essentially in free agency is. He's going back to Cleveland. So will we see him back in Cleveland to retire after that? Who knows? Would you like to see that? I wish I had Mike here because I am curious about that. So we'll see what Mike says next week if we talk about it. You got the Raptors who are 35-26 in the fifth spot. The 76ers are 32-26. The Magic, the Heat, the Hornets, and the Hawks. The Hawks are 10, crazy after trading Trae Young. And then you got the Bucks who are outside the play-in, and the Chicago Bulls, of course, which both of those teams you knew what you were getting there. So we'll just have to see, man. The Pistons are looking really good. Can they be a legitimate threat? Like when it comes to the playoffs, can they make it to the finals? We'll see. I think they're a good team. Obviously, coming back from 2 or 3 seasons ago with the Wingstop stuff when they weren't winning nothing. Who knows, man? It'll be really interesting to see who rounds out the East. Now, like I mentioned, the play-ins in the West. There's the Warriors, the Clippers, and the Trailblazers. Now, really, who knows what's going to happen there? Because all those teams, the Clippers are surprisingly in the play-in. The Trailblazers, and then the Warriors who have injury woes. Can they hang on to stay in the playoffs? Would they even want to at this point? It's just who really knows, man? But yeah, let's hit some swish or miss, a couple of those to round off the Hoops Corner. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to talk about, so I just kind of added that stuff in there just because we haven't really talked about just the race in quite a while, man. So, swish or miss. The Oklahoma City Thunder are favorites to win the Western Conference. I'm going to go swish. Obviously, they're playing really well. They are trying to go back to back, so definitely are favorites to win the Western Conference. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Wemby will lead the Spurs to a top 3 seed. Obviously, they're number 2 in the West, so yes, I would say so. I think he can keep them there. I think that they're going to continue to play excellent. And you know what? Shout out Wemby, man. And shout out the Thunder. That team is crazy. And to be playing as well this season after winning a championship and doing so well last season, they haven't really missed a beat, which is just, it's hard to do in this landscape of the NBA, I feel like, nowadays, but they're out here doing it, man. The New York Knicks are the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics in the East. Now, this is interesting because I feel like the Knicks could beat the Celtics. Now, you have to go through the Pistons, of course, too, who could have the number 1 seed. But the Celtics are still playing well without Jason Tatum. And we'll see if Jason Tatum, he's trying to come back. I don't know if he'll make it back or not. It'll be interesting. But I feel like the Knicks are always that team to watch out for. And if they do land against the Celtics, I think they could be a team to knock them out. But we said that last year, and the Knicks did not do that. So who knows? I'm going to go. I wouldn't say the biggest threat. I'm going to go miss because I would say that the Pistons are probably the Celtics' biggest threat right now. Now, this one's interesting. The Golden State Warriors will miss the playoffs entirely. Depending when you get Steph back, man. Once again, do you want to go to the playoffs? Because it's just like, how are you just going to get knocked out? I kind of feel like they're going to miss it, but I'm going to say miss. I'm going to go with miss because I feel like they'll barely make the play-ins, and they'll make it through, man. So we'll see. Anyway, that wraps up the Hoops Corner now. I'm closing my iPad. I know y'all saw that, but there is one thing I wanted to talk about. We did talk about last week or 2 weeks ago or something about Spotify's next big three and who's going to lead the next generation, And we got the big three. Now, this is all fan voted, right? So it's kind of crazy because it is quite a mix. We got Baby Keem, Doechii, and Lil Tecca. Now, to me and Mike, we talked about that. He texted me this earlier. We talked about it. Lil Tecca being on this list is kind of crazy. Now, I get it with the younger generation. I mean, my nephew listens to Lil Tecca. I like a couple Lil Tecca songs. I'm not even gonna hate on Lil Tecca, but to be on the next three though, crazy. Now, Baby Keem, like we talked about with his last album that he just dropped, Casino. I think so, man. I think that's a good pick. He could be one of the ones to take over next. You got Doechii, who even though everybody, which is interesting because everybody complains about her being an industry plant, but really we don't think that here, and she's really good. She's talented, so it's definitely an interesting top three to have. Me and Michael talked about this last time. We don't really feel like there needs to be another top three, at least for now. Like, at least forcing a top three. Like, Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole, like, that kind of just, like, happened organically. And it's like, why are we trying to force another three, man? Like, let's just enjoy hip-hop. Let's just enjoy the next generation altogether. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus we still got these guys rapping and stuff, so it's not like they're out of the rap game quite yet. So it'll just be interesting to see who actually will make the top three if there is one. So who's in your top three, man? Who do you think will lead the next generation I was about to say next year. Who do you think is up next in the top three to lead the industry and being the next, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole? Who's taking over that? Do you agree with this list, man? I don't agree 100% with Lil Tecca on there. I don't know who my third would be, honestly, so I can't really say anything. But anyway, man, that really wraps up everything we got going on. Thank you guys for bearing with me on this episode here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that I did a good job. It is kind of crazy because I am a yapper, but yapping to myself on a camera and kind of like talking, it's kind of, it's like talking to yourself. So I've enjoyed it. I think it's cool, but I can't wait for Mike to be back next week. Shout out to Pierce Washington for coming on the show. Check out that Target Talk, man. He's about to drop his new album, Bud Row, over on the 12th of March. So check that out. Go pre-save that right now, man. He's making it cheap for you guys. Go pre-save that come on. That's, local Dallas talent. Shout out our guy Pierce. We're definitely doing it. We got a sneak peek of the album. It's great. You can check out that interview. It's up now. Of course, our merch, shop.rightontargetpod.com. Make sure to grab some of that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how we're doing, man. Let us know if you want more episodes of just me talking. No, I'm just kidding. Mike's not going anywhere, man. Mike will be back. Let me know if you're like, man, we don't like this. Why? If Mike's not going to be there, don't ever put out an episode. just wait till next week. But nah, man, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us through all this stuff, man. But until next time, guys, we out. Peace.